Hey, how's it going? Nat here. Let's take a look at what's been making news. The Aussie government has locked in a deal with the University of Oxford to supply Australia with a COVID-19 vaccine. Prime Minister Scott Morrison says every Australian will get access to a free vaccine if Oxford Stage 3 trials are a success. Here's Cal.
Here it is, folks, the announcement we've all been waiting for.
We're here today to announce that we've signed a letter of intent with AstraZeneca, which will enable to Australia to access, should it be successful, the vaccine for the COVID-19.
Yep, the Aussie government has just signed a deal with UK-based drug company AstraZeneca to get our hands on a COVID-19 vaccine. And guess what? Every Aussie will get one for free. It's like a medically based Oprah giveaway. In fact, the government says the vaccine will be mandatory for all Aussies, unless they have a really good reason not to have it.
Oh, this is great news. I can't wait to hug my mates and walk in large crowds of people. COVID-19 is over.
Whoa. We're not there yet.
What?
See, the Oxford vaccine is still going through trials with thousands of volunteers to work out if it's safe. And then, if it is good to go, it'll still be a bit of time before it hits our shores.
We would hope that this would be made available early next year. If it can be done sooner than that, great.
Plus, this isn't the only vaccine in the works. Around the world, there are more than 160 vaccines being developed, with some being made right here in Australia. So even if this one doesn't work out, lots of people are still working hard to end COVID-19.
You better ucka believe it, the Bard & Bellas are back with a brand new cover. The cast from Pitch Perfect have reunited on Zoom for this Beyoncé banger. And it's all for a good cause, with proceeds from downloads and streams of the cover going to UNICEF to help kids around the world, and especially in Lebanon, which is recovering from the recent explosion in Beirut. It's time to whip out those wetsuits, pop on those sunnies and polish those boards, because one of the world's most exclusive surfing competitions is about to kick off, with some pretty awesome competitors.
It's a grueling competition that only the world's most skilled, most fearless and most fluffy surfers dare to take on. Yep, these doggos are the latest entrants to the Surf Dog Surfathon. The comp usually happens in San Diego every year in September, but like everything else in the world, things are a little different this year because of COVID. So it's a virtual comp for the first time, which means Aussie pupperinos will also get a chance to hang 10, or, well, 20, and vie for surfing glory. So how does it all work? Well, surfy spaniels and dachshund dudes will have to get their owners to send in a video of their best work to be judged by an expert panel. There's 5 different weight classes for extra small, small, medium, large and extra large doggos, and they'll be assessed on the length of their ride, the size of the wave and any specky moves like spinning around or barking. Oh, and never fear if your pooch isn't much of an athlete. There's also a comp for the best couch surfing doggo. It's all to raise money for the Helen Woodward Animal Centre to help orphan pets in need. And organisers say they can't wait to see all the entrants shredding some gnarly waves. Cowabunga, dude.
We're going to stay at the beach now because these next stories are all about making waves. Now, if this looks like magic to you, that's because it is. The magic of science and nature. It's called bioluminescence, and it's actually caused by lots of small plant plankton getting stirred up in the water. Think fireflies, except way tinier and much more water-based. These folks in the UK got a friendly surprise from a pod of dolphins. Lifeboat operators were on their way back to shore after helping to put out a jet ski fire, in which no one was hurt when they bumped into some friendly flippers. Not literally. They maintained a safe distance where possible. Okay, this one has absolutely nothing to do with waves, but I guess you could wave goodbye to this cow being airlifted across the Swiss Alps. The reason she's being airlifted isn't too dramatic, don't worry. The farmer in charge of the herd saw that she'd been limping for a while and didn't want to risk her health while moving from one pasture to another. So he chose to airlift her home, and now she's totally and utterly fine. Well, that's all the news we've got for you today, but we'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, why don't you hit like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date on all of our future videos. See ya.